Hello, and again, welcome to Bit Depth. I'm Santiago Ramones. Across from me is...
LaRonn Marzett.
How's it going, man?
Hey, it's going great. Living life.
I'm happy to have you.
Thank you.
How do we know each other?
Worked together at H&M. And when you told me you had a podcast, I was like, yo, that'd be a great opportunity to just talk to you. Have a good time.
And I feel like I don't get to know coworkers well enough. So
Yeah, I feel that, yeah.
So who are you? What do you do?
Well, like I said, my name is LaRonn Marzett. I am an actor, or an aspiring actor, writer, producer, director, just film enthusiast. Yes, I say it. Yeah, film enthusiast. I love creating, man. So as of right now, I'm working at H&M at Coral Springs Mall. Come up and see me. Say hi. I'm friendly. No, but I'm just a creator. I want to leave my mark in Oklahoma and just be able to go out, and show people that it's possible, if you have a dream. Yeah. And just live my dreams and live my life to the fullest.
Yeah. So whenever you think Oklahoma, motion pictures is not exactly the first thing that comes to mind. So do you want to stay in Oklahoma as you continue to progress, or is it just going to require you to move to like Atlanta or LA or whatever?
Yeah, my thing is it's gonna require me to move. I'm thinking about I'm iffy, I'm 50-50 with LA and Atlanta. I don't want to lie, I'm kind of leaning more towards Atlanta right now. But I know I got to move out there to get my start, because that's where the industries are. But eventually, my future goal is to move back to Oklahoma and bring a studio back here to give people opportunities here that they don't have, So I just want to be able to put people on and give them a platform to succeed in Oklahoma because we don't have stuff like that,
Yeah.
But I feel as if that is a great way to start something huge in Oklahoma for creators and just aspiring artists.
Yeah. What made you want to be an actor, creator? Well, let's say which of these things are your main thing, and what made you want to do that?
My main thing is acting. Yeah. I love acting. I was acting since I remember. Well, let me go all the way back to I think second grade when I did like a little play for my elementary school. I had like a one-liner, but I remember that one-liner, it made people crack up laughing. I can't remember what the line was, but it made people laugh, so I was like, that's great. Kind of took a step back from it, elementary didn't really, I was a kid, just having fun. Then middle school came around, I was like, I might as well just give acting a try. I've been doing it ever since. And I think in 7th or 8th grade, it clicked and I was like, yeah, I want to do this, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. And ever since then, I've just been going hard at it.
Yeah. So with that start, what is your favorite movie?
Man, my favorite movie.
At least right now, let's say.
Yeah. I might have to go with Quentin Tarantino. What was his Quentin Tarantino Pulp Fiction?
I was getting that vibe. Yeah. Like before you answered that question, I was like, I'm thinking Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I love it. Just the way he did the story, because it's like it starts from the end of the movie.
Yeah,
it starts with the oh my gosh, it starts like the ending of the movie is the beginning of the movie, and just how it all pulls together over time, and like you connecting the pieces, it's like a puzzle, and finally when the stuff clicks together, you're like, oh shoot, like. This dude has a great mind to think that way, the fact that he put that all together like that. And then the shots are just amazing. And the acting incredible with Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta. And it's just mind blowing.
Right. And he always makes his films to be like, they're more dialogue intensive. They show more like a play rather than like a film.
Yeah. I love the fact that, because Samuel L. Jackson had that huge, monologue at the end. And it was like the fact that how it connected and how it showed his character arc, but it also got the audience thinking like, what the heck, what's going to happen next? Just the writing is insane. And the fact that he could have not only the audience thinking, but making us wonder like, what are the characters thinking?
Right.
So, yeah.
Um, what is your sort of pie in the sky like role to play?
Man, pie in the sky role. I want to. I want to do a biopic. You
Cool.
know,
Yeah.
of either an artist or like a musical artist or a another actor.
Yeah.
Like my favorite actor is Denzel Washington, you know,
Right.
or even like Michael B. Jordan
Yeah.
or Childish Gambino. You know, that was like just the fact. I know with Michael B. Jordan, I have to like bulk up, you know,
Yeah.
and then I feel like a true actor doesn't have boundaries. You know, he'll go out of his comfort zone, and I would be
Right.
like out of my comfort zone to like work out nonstop like that.
Yeah.
And just like with Childish Gambino, it would be like just to get creatively thinking, you know, so I could fit into get into his mindset and play him as real as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Acting is kind of a very glorified role in our culture, but
Yeah.
I mean, I say this as a musician as well, so it's like, what makes acting important?
Ooh, it makes it important. It tells stories. You
Yeah.
know, if your character, if you don't act well enough to tell the story, then no one's gonna believe that story, and then it throws off the whole film. You know, and if you're trying to tell a story of 9/11, you know, or
Sure.
what's like the Oklahoma City bombing,
Right.
you know, something monumental like that, and the acting is off, they're gonna be like, wow, this is a horrible movie. This is a horrible way to, you know, show the past events that have happened,
Yeah.
and people aren't gonna really like it, you know?
Right.
So acting is just, you have to portray the characters well enough that people are like, wow, this is a true mark of history.
Yeah, yeah. What makes a good film?
Oh, it takes so much to make a good film. Yeah, in my opinion, it's not only the actors, but the crew, you know, and including with the crew involving the director, the right, sound design man,
Yeah,
boom
yeah.
man, I don't know how to say, you know, boom operator, you know, the lighting, gaffers, just everyone on the film. It has to have a good screenplay. You know, if you don't have, I feel as if you don't have a good director, you don't have a good film at all. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? Because if you can't direct the actors in the right way, then the actors aren't going to be able to give their full potential.
Sure.
And if you can't direct the gaffers how you want everything to be set up, you know, the right way, then the lighting is going to be horrible. You know, and the screenplay, if it's not a good screenplay, people in the audience who come watch your film aren't gonna
Sure.
love it. So it's everything. That's what
Yeah, yeah.
makes a good film.
What's your favorite part of the process?
Man, my favorite part of the process, I have to say filming it. I love seeing everyone on the set collabing, working together just to make a project that's going to be bigger than them, you
Sure.
know, because everyone has an important role within the film.
Yeah.
And if they know that, then we know the film's going to turn out amazing. And you can feel it, you know,
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
making it. You're like, yo, this is going to be great. You can feel it where you're killing your role for the actors, the directors, giving every ounce of, every ounce of advice they can give,
Right.
you know? And it's just like the blood, sweat, and tears are being put in this. So the filming, I feel as if it is the do or die process
Yeah.
of making something come to life.
What's the worst part?
The worst part, editing, man. When I do my own films, I hate editing. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. It's like the amount of time it takes, you know. I recently made a short film called Death by Intellect. It's on my YouTube. You should check it out. LaRonn Marzett, self-plug. No, but it's called Death by Intellect too. And it's a 17-minute film. And I honestly didn't expect it to be that long. And it took like 2.5 weeks every day And every night I was editing till like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Wake up, go to work. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. And I would have to have them come over to do some ADR, for the lines that were missed. And it was just so hard, just like making sure everything was put together. And it was fun, but it's just like, yo, I know what I want it to look like, but it takes some time for it to get there, which is why it's the worst, the worst thing to do.
Yeah. What's something about acting that a lot of people don't understand really goes into it?
You have to practice, man. You got to practice. If you don't practice on your craft, it's like anything else. Because some people think that acting, you can just hop into a scene,
Right.
but you have to watch people too. It's a lot of people watching, because if you've never, like, I've never been drunk before, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't drink. So, and I had a role one time to audition for that. It called for me to act drunk. And I was like, okay, I've never been drunk. I've never seen anybody drunk. So I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be horrible. So, cause I try not to associate with those kind of people, not to sound like that kind of person, but like, I'm always trying to put myself in my work. But finally, when I had the opportunity to see someone drunk, I was like, oh shoot, yeah, let me go watch this, just so I can put it in to practice when I practice my stuff. So I saw them act that way, and I was like, oh, okay, let me work on this, let me work on that, let me see if I can fine tune it, and practice it and show my friends. Let me show my friends, see how good it looks. And it's just the amount of practice that you have to put into it is what takes the most time. It's what takes the process. It's a process.
Yeah.
But it's just a learning experience all over again.
Yeah. Who are sort of, I mean, you also mentioned Quentin Tarantino, but who are your biggest heroes in film?
Like director-wise, actor-wise?
Director and actors.
Okay. Directors, I want to say, Quentin, Spike Lee, Ava DuVernay. She made Selma. And she's currently making a movie called Central Park 5. There's another director, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Black Panther. Yeah, it's amazing. And he also did Fruitvale Station. Crazy.
Creed.
And Creed, yes. Actors, I want to say Michael B. Jordan, Denzel Washington. Let's see, Samuel L. Jackson, and Will Smith.
Yeah.
Gosh, I look up to those dudes like, oh my gosh, they're like phenomenal, acting wise, and then directing wise. I look up to those people like, I wish I could work like them. They have like a work ethic that I feel like no one else has. And I feel as if I try to put myself into their mindset and work as hard as they do, then hopefully my dreams will come true as well.
Yeah.
So,
do you spend a lot of time in the audition process? I know that we're in Oklahoma and there's a lot less to audition for, but
yeah, there's a lot of there's auditions. You just have to find the audition,
Right.
So it's like, I have an agent here, so I get auditions, and sometimes I know I'm gonna get called into the audition, and sometimes I know I'm not, because like it'll call for like a white family. I'm like looking for a son. I'm like, oh, okay, well obviously I'm not gonna get that. Sure. But I'm just like, yeah, like when an audition comes my way, I practice nonstop for it. I try not to think too much about it though, because I know like if you think too much about the acting, it's gonna be overacted and it's not gonna seem real. But I just try to memorize the lines as best as I can and take my time, and just when I go in there, do the best I can. Because honestly, it's not up to you, you know what I'm saying, to get the part. It's up to the cast and director, it's up to the director to see what they're looking for. And if you don't get it, then just move on. There's more auditions. Yeah. It's life, man.
I feel like I should acknowledge the fact that you are a Black actor.
Yeah.
And so how is that sort of distinct in being, I don't know if that makes a difference in Oklahoma if it, if you get treated differently. What is it like being a Black actor?
Man, it's funny because I feel as if there's like 3 Black actors in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? It's so limited, but it's a good feeling, the fact that because every other Black person in Oklahoma wants to do sports, you know, or wants to either do sports or be a rapper. So I'm like, I feel as if I'm diversifying our culture, you know, out here, and just trying something new. And it feels good because the fact that I'm directing, you know, editing, writing, and acting in my own stuff, and for other people's stuff is like, yo, it can happen for anyone.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And so people that come to me that are black actors, that want to be black actors, I'm like, yo, you can do it. Just put your mind to it. Put your head down and work.
Yeah.
You know. So.
And that's something that I've noticed with you is that you're just constantly doing it. And
Yeah.
So like, what advice do you have for people that are, you know, trying to do film and don't know where to start?
Man, keep your head down. Keep your head down and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like run. Like, you know, like some people say keep your head up. No, keep your head down and run. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause it's a track and field term. Like when you jump out the blocks, you want to put your head down so you can start as fast as you can, you know? And I would say keep your head down, keep going, keep digging, keep churning, because you're going to hit a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hit a wall, but you have to keep going. You know, you're going to fall down, get back up, keep your head down, keep running, you know, as fast as you go. Because when you look up and you look behind you, you see that people are catching up to you, you're wasting time. You know, that's my thing. If I feel like I'm wasting time to like look up to see who else, like who's close to me, like that's me wasting time. That's me. That's a time for me that I'm not working and someone else is bettering themselves and outshining me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like when you have the thought process of not wanting to be outshined, you gotta keep pushing, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel as if the time when you keep pushing with your head down, you keep on running, you keep on going. And when you finally look up, when you see that what you want is in reach and you grab it, you got everything you wish for, man.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Right. No, it does. And I really like that. Fame is a strange thing in that, I mean, not every, I don't know, chef that's a really good chef becomes famous for being a good chef.
Exactly.
Not every, I don't know, driver for Uber becomes famous for being the best Uber driver. I don't know, like,
Facts.
but being a good actor does lead to people finding out who you are.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Like, so how do you feel like fame has affected actors, and how do we navigate that?
Yeah, I feel like fame is a stupid thing, to be honest, because it's literally people who have opinions about you. Like, because once you reach that success, like even on Instagram, you get a blue check mark for being famous. You know what I'm saying? And people think that blue check marks means that they've made it. You know, that they've done all that they can. You know, I know someone who has a blue check mark. One of my friends, he's a good friend, but he was like only on one show. You know, he was on Nickelodeon, and he was on one show, got a check mark. It's just one show. You know what I'm saying? That one show's not going to pay for the rest of his life.
Right.
You know, fame is, and plus fame can make you do stupid things, you know?
Right.
It can lead to drugs. It can lead to you getting into, you know, other fights with people talking about, yo, I got more followers than you. Oh, really? Yo, let's catch me outside. How about that? No. Like, and it's just a lot of people get famous over stupid things. Like even the Catch Me Outside girl, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Like over disrespecting her mother. And Dr. Phil, who disrespects Dr. Phil? Come on now. No, but like if I ever get famous, I feel as if I'm still gonna act the way I act now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna, and if I get famous to the point where I get enough money, well, I say, because sometimes money doesn't even come with the fame. You know, it's just the recognition that people see you. You know, that's how they see you and everything. But if I get enough money and I'm famous, I'm gonna give back. You know, my whole thing is, fame is not gonna change who I am. Fame is not gonna define me. Fame is not gonna make me a better person.
Right.
Fame is just fame just puts you in another category with other people. Sure. You know? And it's not going to define me as the person. And that's not going to be me, man.
Yeah. And I like that, you know, fame isn't the goal, but
it's not, yeah. It's just there.
Yeah.
You know? It's like because when you're in this when you're not work ethic, when you're in this workplace, like, the working environment of being an actor or like even being a singer, of course you want to get on a stage and perform. That's what you want to do. You want to perform, but the fame comes with it,
Right.
And that's just like, that's what it is. Like, yo, it's an accomplishment. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's an accomplishment to become famous. It's a great thing that you're famous, that you've made it, that people know you, that your world known, But fame does not make you any better than anyone else on the street,
Yeah.
Like, if I walk outside and people if I walk outside with my friend who's on Nickelodeon, like, a lot of people don't recognize him. You know what I'm saying? And a lot more people might recognize me than they recognize him,
Yeah.
It's just, fame's just fame, man.
Right.
Just a word.
And then kind of along with fame, there's just being a independent creator with the internet.
Yeah.
And how is sort of the internet reshaping what it is to be a filmmaker?
Yo, the internet can take you places. It really can. It allows you to get your film seen by more people, instead of submitting off to all these film festivals and everything. That's a good thing to do. I want to do that.
Yeah.
But that's like money that I don't have right now.
Right.
But and the internet's free to post your stuff,
Yeah.
So if I can get my films out to other people, let them see that, they're like, oh, yo, I would love to work with you. And then recently I've had that happen a lot to me. Like, yo, I want to work with you because I saw your film. It looks so good. It looks so clear and everything. I'm like, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But the internet is just a place where you can get your stuff popping, let people see it, network, collab, and just constantly put out your content without a price. So the only price it is I don't know, overworking yourself in time. Yeah. Because if you were because I try to put out at least 2 videos a week. So it's time consuming. And then it's just like, I feel like I'm overworking myself sometimes because, I have a normal job.
Right.
And I got school coming up, but it's just like, you got to do what you got to do if you love it.
Yeah. And then with that is social media, and you got to navigate that whole mess. How do you...
Social media, like recently, since I dropped like all my stuff, people have been DMing me nonstop. Like, yo, I love your content. I love the miniseries you just dropped. I love your short film. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Because you wanna give time to thank them, especially when you're an independent creator, because they're taking the time out their day to watch your stuff.
Right.
So you can take the time out of your day to reply back to them. Even if it's not some super long message, just saying thank you. Your support means everything.
Yeah.
Would make their day. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because some people, they look up to you like, yo, like I had this one girl from my high school. She was like, I didn't think you would friend me back on Snapchat. I was like, why would you think I'll friend you back on Snapchat? You're always commenting on my videos. You're always liking my stuff, and I appreciate that because your support means everything to me.
Yeah. And then kind of along with the fame and all of that, how do you deal with keeping your ego in check?
Oh, I have my friends always keep my ego in check. I'll be like, yo, I'm a young goat. I'm the best out here. They're like, yeah, you're still 5'8", man. You're short for a dude. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, thanks, man. No, it's just like I have my friends just like, they keep me in check as well. And just being like that I've come from where I've come from, like I know I still have a long way to go.
Sure.
And I know that just because I make these films does not mean I'm any better than anybody else.
Right.
And I know that my friends are still my friends today because I still act the way when I first met them, you know? So it's just like, as long as you stay true to yourself and don't try to change for anybody, your ego will stay,
right,
in check.
I mean, did Kanye stay true to himself, or is that just some
Man,
weird,
Kanye lost all his friends when he said slavery is a choice. What? Nah. It's I don't know. Kanye's Kanye. He made a song about it. Kanye's just Kanye.
But I mean, like it's a real thing that with fame and having people tell you all the time that like you're the greatest, you're making all the best stuff. You gotta bring yourself back down.
Yeah, people tell me that like, yo, your stuff is so good. Like, can we work together sometime? Yo, let's shoot. Like, you're the best I've seen. Like, the best student film that I've seen in Oklahoma. I'm like, great, thanks. There's other films out there that that's just an opinion, Like my film may not be as great as somebody else's in somebody else's opinion.
Sure.
And I feel as if my films aren't as great as some other films. I'm just like, okay, I'm just creating just to create,
Right.
If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But that's just my mindset. And I don't feel as if my ego needs to rise because all these people are saying, yo, your film is amazing. Yo, you're the best filmmaker out here. Nah, I'm just a filmmaker, man. I'm just a creator.
Right. And then there's the opposite side of the spectrum, which is taking criticism.
Exactly. Yeah. Criticism is a big thing too. In the beginning, I hated taking criticism, and you have to get over that though, because if you don't ever take criticism about your films, they're not going to get anywhere. Because I know my sound on my films aren't amazing. I know there's like some shots aren't put together well, but they're the shots that I got. I'm just
Right.
I'm an independent filmmaker, you know. I'm a student filmmaker, and I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm not on some a $1 million budget film, where
Right.
I can take a whole week for one scene. I'm a run and gun. We shot my short film Death by Intellect 2 in 2 days. It was a 15-page script. We shot in 2 days, and it was long nights. It was a long night, long day, but it's just the constant growing. Maybe? Yeah, constant growing that you have to do to just make it happen.
Right. I know a good sound guy.
Oh yeah, hey, networking right now. Yeah.
But yeah. So switching gears to the other side of the podcast.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit deeper. What is the role of spirituality or religion in your life?
I am a Baptist. I was raised in the church. My mom and dad forced it upon me when I was a youngin. I didn't really like it, but as I got older, as a kid, you don't really like church. You gotta go there. They force you to go. They force you to learn these Bible verses. But then as you grow older, you're like, oh yeah, I need this. And I'm a firm believer in God. I talk to God every day. I have so much faith, and I feel as if I wouldn't be where I am today without Him.
That's great.
So yeah.
At what point did it stop becoming my parents are forcing me to do this and start becoming I want to do this?
Man, I think it was probably, I want to say middle school, but it was like on and off. It was like, I want to say probably when it was either 9th or 10th grade, where I was like, yo, I got to have faith in God if I want to get where I want to go. And I was like, because my dad always told me, God may not talk to you when you're 10. He may not talk to you when you're 15. He said God talked to him when he was like 21, 22. And I was like, all right. I was like, well, until that time comes for me, I'm going to just walk on faith and be with God. And then when the time comes for him to say something to me, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How has God worked his way through your life?
Man, it's been amazing. Well, I feel as if, my mother passed away when I was 14, and I was in 8th grade. So, and the thing is with my mother, I was always under her. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a mama's boy, so I was always there. And wherever she went, I wanted to go. There was an umbilical cord still. They never cut it when I was born. So, but finally when she passed away, I feel like that was God saying, yo, you have to go and face the world. You can't let her shield you any longer, if you want to do this, because even with acting, it goes back to it. Like, I cannot have her holding me back or holding me down. I have to go, and I have to be by myself in rooms. I have to understand that the casting directors just want me. My mom can't be there holding my hand the whole time while I'm in the casting room auditioning. So like, I have to just go out in the world and just face it straight on. And because if you're scared of something, you're not gonna get over that fear until you face it straight on.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I was like, okay, God, I feel like you're moving me. You're telling me to do something, and this is what I want to do. And so finally, I just went straight on with it. And I was like, I put all my faith into God. He's carrying me, but
yeah,
I'm there.
I always make myself ask these questions because they're straightforward for me. But so what is your definition of God?
My definition of God, provider, caregiver, Definition. What's another word I can say? The one and only, the Father, the Omega, the Alpha. Yeah. I'm sorry. I go to a black church, so it's out here. No, but yeah, he's. I want to say, my main one is the provider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other straightforward question is free will ? Do we have free will? What is free will?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I mean there's the, I guess, dichotomy of if we have free will, then all of the choices that we make are ours that we make, and they're not predetermined.
Yeah.
And the other one is like determinism, or like Calvinists believe that our paths are already laid out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I feel like I feel as if God knows what we're gonna do, but like He knows. I feel as if He knows what we're gonna do, but we still make those decisions anyway. I feel as if our plan is already planned out, and He knows what our plan is, and we're just going along with it as humans, and we're just living our life.
Yeah.
Because He knows if we're gonna take that drink. He knows if we're gonna smoke that cigarette.
Right.
It's our choices, and it's what you choose to do, but I feel as if He knows all already. So yeah. So free will, yeah, make your own choices. But does God know? Yeah. So.
Yeah. In a world, or at least in this country, that is so socially divided, politically divided, racially divided, how do we reduce this rift that is come between everyone?
We gotta love one another, man. And I feel as if there's not much love going on anymore, I feel as if it's just we're, especially with the police brutality, the hate against Trump, it's just, not to say that we should side with Trump, but I'm saying that
Right.
that just the hate that we give towards them just infuses more anger inside of someone else to make them, clash, which makes it a bigger problem.
Right. How do we show love towards one another?
Man, you have to just, when someone says something negative to you, if someone calls you out on something, you just have to take it and be like, okay, yeah, that might be true or that might be false, but and just be like, okay, I'm just going to turn the other cheek, Like, don't get me wrong. If someone punches me in the face, like, I'm not going to be like, yo, why the heck you punch me in the face? Punch me in the face again. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, if someone punches me in the face, be like, yo, like, you gotta chill with that, dog. Like, this is not, no, like, I'll mess you up. Like, don't punch me in the face. Like, that's just like, hand, like, that's violence right there. But like, if someone just like says verbally, like, says something negative towards me, I'm like, okay, you gotta check yourself. And then just turn the cheek and walk away. I'm not gonna allow someone else's actions determine my outlook.
How do you make yourself a better person each day?
Man, I constantly try to check up on people, just to see how they're doing. I constantly try to call people, constantly try to work, and if it be film or editing my films or just going to acting, and just finding out something new every day. If you find something new about somebody, and then like, well, the thing is, like, if you call someone and no one called them that day, you're the only one that called up on them, like checked up on them, then they're like, oh, they care,
Right, yeah.
And as long as you care about someone and check up on them, I feel as if you're making yourself a better person because you're showing the thoughtfulness in your heart.
Yeah. And then I think I have 2 more questions.
All right.
What advice do you have for people?
In life or?
Yep, in general.
Man, just live life, man. Like, don't worry about your future too much. Your future's gonna come here. Don't waste your time, worrying about what's gonna happen this time, what's gonna happen that time. If I worried all the time about what auditions I was gonna book, what auditions I wasn't gonna book, I would never have any fun doing what I'm doing. You gotta enjoy the process, because if you don't enjoy the process of life or even filmmaking or acting, singing, dancing, if you don't enjoy the process of getting better, just not going to be any fun.
Right. And then my usual last question, cake or pie?
Cake or pie?
Yeah.
Yo, I am an avid, I love me some strawberry cake, man. I love it to death. So I had to say cake.
All right.
Yeah.
First cake I've had in a while. So.
Oh, shoot. Cake is always the best.
Somewhere Sable is cheering. LaRonn, thank you for doing this with me.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Plug your stuff.
Oh, plug my stuff? Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Waiting for this all night. My YouTube channel, you can follow me on YouTube. Actually, subscribe to me on YouTube is the right term. At LaRonn Marzett. You can check out my short films that I make, like my new one's Death by Intellect 2, and my new miniseries that I just dropped called 90. It's a new era / 90s sitcom that deals with real world issues. And also you can see my older comedy sketches that I do. I've been trying to make more comedy sketches because I love comedy. But yeah, and I'm also I don't know. I'm doing a comedy show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm doing a comedy show, improv comedy show. It's called We're All Mad Here. It's with a group called The Space. Pretty dope people, and it's August 24th or 25th, I believe. It's one of those days. Check out my Facebook, LaRonn Marzett. You'll see it there.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, sweet. Again, thank you. It's always a lot of fun.
Yes.
So I'm Santiago Ramones.
And I'm LaRonn Marzett.
You can find everything that I do on my website, santiagoramones.com. I have this podcast, which you can listen to on Apple Podcasts, on Stitcher, on YouTube, or straight through my website. You can comment or leave reviews. Let me know what you think. Let me know, like, oh, wow, Santiago, that was a dumb question. Or, or like, hey, I really like LaRonn. He was a really cool guest. Just hit me up. Let me know what's up. And then I also make music. You can find my music also on my website, which there will be links to my SoundCloud, which has electronic composery stuff, and my Bandcamp, which has songs with words, and you can download my demo for free, or you can pay however much money you want for that.
Support the local artist.
I always end my podcast with my 3 things. They shape my life philosophy. Those 3 things are: love never fails, it's going to be okay, I might be wrong.